Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to another beer review. And in this one, we've got a beer that I've never ever touched before in my life. And it's one of them beers which, let's face it, when you start, reviewing beers, it should be, right at the beginning. You should have done this years ago. I should have done this years ago. We're off to Shepherd Neame. I can't remember the last time I did a Shepherd Neame beer on this channel. I just can't remember. It must be years ago since I've done one of these. Anyway, I was in Bargain Booze, is it? And it was there, and I thought, scratching my chin, I thought, you know what? I don't think I've ever tried this beer before. I don't think I ever touched it. I used to live on the Sussex-Kent border for a few years. In fact, I lived in a place called Heathfield, which was near the Kent border. We used to go to Mayfield, used to go into Tunbridge Wells. Used to call Shepherd Neame beers were all over from there, all the way down to Rye in Sussex, and get out to the border. You get into towards Faversham and that way. And I used to drink a lot of Shepherd Neame beers, Spitfire, most notably. My favourite was Bishop's Finger. That was I really enjoyed that. I used to live near Merrydown Cider actually in Sussex, and I think they were owned by Shepherd Neame, or they had something to do with Shepherd Neame. I don't think it's there anymore. And I had a pub there, and they did Bishop's Finger there. I used to love it. So yeah, I do like Shepherd Neame beers, but this one has evaded me all these years. So I'm so glad I'm going to give it a go. We got a Master Brew from Shepherd's Neame. This is the original Kentish ale. I shall read the spiel on the back. Seems ages since I've had a Shepherd Neame. Is this a proper Shepherd Neame bottle, isn't it? It feels ages since I've held one of these. Anyway, this was in my local Bargain Booze. It says Shepherd Neame has built its brewing reputation on Master Brew, the original Kentish ale, benefiting from the same EU protection afforded to champagne, apparently. This iconic beer combines malted barley with renowned varieties of Kentish hops. We've got Admiral and Target and Goldings in this, so yeah. Let's give it a go, shall we? God. Never touched this before in my life. How bizarre. Right. There we have the Master Brew crown. Let's get a whiff. Yeah, very malty. Slight hint of toffee. It smells very traditional, but it's got a nice aroma to it. Digestive biscuit type of thing going on as well. It's got a nice aroma. It smells what I was expecting. Very malty, traditional looking beer. Well, it is. It looking traditional, and yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Some beers you overlook over the years, and I'm in Yorkshire now, and you come across a Kentish beer. It's right. Shepherd's Neame. I mean, is a very old. It's a massively old brewery. I mean, they went off the radar for me, a good couple of years ago. I mean, I think they used to do beers for Lidl and stuff. They might even do it now, even Shepherd's Neame. But for me personally, they've been off the radar. When you're living in Yorkshire and you've got a plethora of breweries on your doorstep, Shepherd's Neame, you don't really see them up here. So beer in a glass, it's amber, kind of like amber, dark, deep amber-ish. Pretty up to the light. It's amber-ish. Loads of carbonation, as you can see. It's a funnel of carbonation there. Very clear, very clean looking. Slightly ivory looking head for me for that. Let's get a whiff. Yeah, slight nuttiness there for me. A hint of walnut. Hint of toffee. Sort of digestive biscuitiness there as well. I'm going to go in. I'm looking forward to this. Cheers, everybody. Oh, know what it feels like? It feels like you've just kind of like met your long lost uncle. It does. It's just rolling back the years for me, this. Are you sure we're not related? I'll come in again. First off, nice steady maltness straight away. It's like then the bitterness just starts trotting through the door. The bitterness comes popping in. Towards the back end, you pick up a hint of grass, and there's a nice nutty note in that as well for me. Body of the beer is just full of flavour. It's packed full of flavour. Mouthfeel is smooth. It's slightly clean. There's a slight metallicness there in the background. It's a metallic bitterness, I call it. It's kind of like you get the bitterness and there's a slight metallic note there. But overall, what do I think? I actually quite like it. It wasn't dear. It was a couple of quid. And I actually quite like it. It's a nice traditional beer. Love to try it on cask and see what it's about. But for me, out of the bottle, I'll tell you what, sometimes it's just really nice going back to stuff like your ales and that, and instead of getting yourself lost in a craft beer mess, if you want to call it that. It's just nice actually just reappraising some, traditional beers, and that for me is a great traditional beer. I would definitely buy it again. Easy drinking, and I like it. So one more for the road. In fact, I might go down the road and pick up some more of that. Does it remind me of Kent? It does remind me of Kent. It reminds me of, the Kent countryside and the oast houses and, all that, the Darling Buds of May and all that. Boys and girls, I've waffled on for 8 minutes for this, but I think it's worth it. I like that. Shepherd Neame and their Master Brew gets a thumbs up from me. I like that. It's a good traditional beer. And sometimes that is all what makes that sometimes that is all what you need. Thank you so much for watching this beer review. How many have I had? Beer review. Look after yourselves and see you all on another one. Take care, everyone. Bip bip.